for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
What if I told you the piece that could clinch the title for the Yankees is already on the roster, but nobody is talking about him? There's a secret weapon in the Bronx that's about to change everything in the playoffs, and you're about to find out who it is. Subscribe now so you don't miss the intel every fan needs to know. Welcome back to the channel. This is the spot where you, the real bleacher creatures, get the inside scoop straight up, no nonsense. Today I want to talk about a piece that, in my mind, is becoming the secret weapon for our Bronx Bombers down the stretch, and more importantly, in the playoffs. I'm not talking about some ace pitcher or another big power bat we just picked up. I'm talking about a guy who embodies the grit, the smarts, and the versatility that can be the difference maker in those tight October games. I'm talking about Jose Caballero. Now, I know a lot of you might have seen that trade deadline deal and thought he was just another roster guy, a bench piece. But what I've been seeing in his first few games in pinstripes tells me a whole different story. Caballero isn't just here to fill a spot. He's here to make a seismic impact on how this team plays baseball, and the signs are already there. In his first 11 games with us, the 28-year-old has raked for 8 hits and an OPS of 1.122. Yeah, you heard that right, 1.122. And to shut up anyone who thinks he's got no pop, he blasted his first 2 homers as a Yankee during that 13-3 demolition of the Tampa Bay Rays. Watching those 2 shots leave his bat, part of that 9-homer barrage from the team, was something special. He said it himself after the game, and I love the quote. That's why they're the Bronx Bombers. Being around these guys is contagious, and that right there is the key word. Contagious. His energy, his approach, it's spreading through that clubhouse. Of course, let's be real. We know those power numbers probably won't hold up at this insane pace. Caballero's not gonna turn into Aaron Judge overnight. But that's not the damn point. His value goes way beyond the long ball. Certain parts of his game, the stuff that's been consistent his whole career, are exactly what a team like ours, a team that sometimes struggles with fundamental baseball, desperately needs. Think about it. In the playoffs, every single detail counts. A run saved is just as valuable as a run batted in. And that's where Caballero's glove comes into play. He's the insurance policy we've been missing. His defensive versatility is elite. And I'm going to dive deep into that in the next block. But the thing is, when you have a guy who can step on the field and play gold glove caliber defense at multiple spots, you give our manager, Aaron Boone, a tactical flexibility that's priceless. No more sweating over mental mistakes and clutch moments. No more watching opponents score runs because of boneheaded plays that could have been avoided. Caballero brings a certainty, a rock-solid foundation that lets our pitchers work with more confidence, knowing they've got a wall behind them. He's not just a fill-in, he's a strategic solution. He's the type of player championship teams have on their roster. The guy who doesn't make the headlines every day, but without him, the machine just doesn't run as smooth. He's the grease that makes the Bronx Bombers engine operate more efficiently. And that's why I'm telling you, with full conviction, Jose Caballero might be the most underrated and at the same time, most important piece we picked up this year. He's the X factor, the variable our opponents weren't counting on. And you can bet that in October, when every at-bat is a war and every defensive play can decide a series, everyone is going to know his name. His presence is already being felt, and the best is yet to come. Get ready, Yanks Nation, because the Caballero way is just getting started in the Bronx. All right, let's get into the weeds on what I see as the cornerstone of Jose Caballero's value, his glove. And when I say glove, I'm not just talking about making the routine plays. I'm talking about elite game-changing impact, backed up by the advanced metrics that tell the whole story. You know the saying, offense wins games, defense wins championships. That is never more true than in the MLB postseason. And Caballero is the living embodiment of that mindset. Let's look at the numbers, because we deal in facts here, not feelings. According to Baseball Savant, he's in the 90th percentile in range. For anyone who doesn't know, that means he gets to more batted balls than 90% of the entire league. He's getting to grounders in the hole that most infielders don't even bother diving for. That turns base hits into outs and doubles into singles. It's a skill that doesn't pop in a traditional box score, but it saves runs and it saves games. On top of that, He's in the 73rd percentile in fielding run value, which just cements his status as a major plus defender. His defense isn't just flashy, it's effective and translates to a real positive impact on the scoreboard. And the versatility? Oh man, the versatility is the cherry on top. He's not just a shortstop. We've already seen him at third, at second, and even in the outfield. This ability to move around a diamond gives Aaron Boone a Swiss Army knife. Picture a late game scenario in the playoffs. We're up by 1, bases loaded, 2 outs. Boone can bring in Caballero as a defensive replacement at pretty much any infield spot to lock down the toughest play. That peace of mind for a manager is invaluable. Remember what our third baseman McMahon said to NJ.com, he's a ball player, man. And to me, that's the highest compliment you can give someone. Coming from a teammate, that says it all. Ball player is code for a guy who gets the nuances of the game, who's always in the right spot, who does the little things that lead to big wins. This defensive stability has a ripple effect on the whole team. When the starting shortstop, Anthony Volpe, or any other infielder is in a slump, kicking a few balls around, Boone doesn't have to sweat it anymore. He's got an immediate, reliable option on the bench. It takes the pressure off the starters knowing one error isn't the end of the world and that there's quality support behind them. It lets Boone manage playing time, keeping everyone fresh and sharp for the long October grind. Think about how many times in past seasons we've been sitting there furious about a crucial defensive miscue that cost us a playoff game, a booted grounder, a bad throw to first. Those are the moments that separate champions from runners-up. With Caballero, the odds of those mistakes happening go down big time. He brings a level of professionalism and security that raises the bar for the entire defensive unit. He's not here to take anyone's job. He's here to make the whole group stronger. His presence is a clear message. On this team, defense matters. Fundamental baseball matters. And to be the champions we are, the Yanks Nation, know we can be. We have to be clean in every facet of the game. Jose Caballero is the guarantee that we'll be a hell of a lot closer to that defensive perfection when the lights of October are shining brightest. He's the silent guardian, the specialist who makes sure the Yankees' fortress is impenetrable. And that contribution, my friends, is as valuable as any 395-foot home run. If Caballero's defense is the solid foundation, his approach at the plate and his speed on the bases are the tools that just wreak havoc on the other team. And here, I need you to grasp a key concept. Offensive value ain't just about home runs and RBIs. In the playoffs, against elite arms, the ability to just be a pain in the ass at the plate can be the difference between winning and losing. And Jose Caballero, my friends, has embraced his identity as a true pest to opposing pitchers. That's not my word. That's from our own pitcher, Will Warren, who described him exactly like that. And the best part? Caballero loved it. He said, that makes me feel really good because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make them hate me. I don't want them to like me. I'm just trying to get in their head. That mentality is pure gold. He steps into the batter's box not just to get a hit, but to wage a psychological war with the pitcher. He takes pitches, he fouls off tough two-strike breaking balls, he works the count, he forces that pitcher to burn energy, to get out of his comfort zone. The stats back it up. He's in the 85th percentile in walk percentage. That means he doesn't chase. He doesn't swing at garbage. He has the discipline to wait for his pitch or take the free pass, turning the lineup over to the monsters hitting behind him like Judge, Stanton, and Bellinger. Think about the impact of that. An opposing pitcher is already gassed late in a game, he's got to face the top of our order, and right before that he had to throw 8, 9, 10 pitches to get through Caballero. That's wear and tear that adds up and can lead to a fatal mistake. And when he gets on base, that's when the real chaos starts. Caballero has swiped 39 bags this season. 39! That's a dimension, our offense, which is often one-dimensional and reliant on the home run or nothing approach, has consistently lacked. He's in the 91st percentile in base running run value. That measures a player's total impact on the bases, steals, taking extra bases on hits, avoiding double plays, you name it. And he's in the top 9% of the entire league. His presence on first base changes everything. The pitcher can't just focus 100% on the hitter anymore. He's got to worry about Caballero, various looks to the plate, slide step. The catcher's on high alert. The infield is shifting. That distraction, that divided attention is all a hitter like Aaron Judge needs to get one pitch that catches a little too much of the plate. All of a sudden, a simple walk turns into a runner in scoring position with a stolen base. He turns a low leverage situation into a high stress one for the opposing defense. That's what he meant when he said, I don't want them to have all the attention on what they're doing and more attention on me to try and hate me. He's a disruptor. He manufactures runs out of thin air. Look, back in 2024 with the Rays, he had a 630 OPS. He's not an elite hitter in the traditional sense, but his value isn't in his batting average. It's in his ability to annoy, to grind, and to use his legs to create opportunities. He's the hot sauce in the Yankees engine. He adds a layer of complexity to our attack that makes us so much tougher to pitch to. Opponents can't just game plan to pitch around our sluggers anymore. Now they have to worry about the pest who can get on base any way possible and be standing on third before they know what hit him. That combination of patience at the plate and aggression on the bases is the perfect recipe for October baseball. So let's put all the pieces together and look at the big picture, the playoff picture. The New York Yankees, our Bronx Bombers, have one of the most feared lineups in baseball. Nobody's arguing that. With Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Cody Bellinger, and the rest, we have the firepower to win any game with one swing of the bat. We're the evil empire for a reason. Our ability to put up runs in bunches is our identity. But as all of us, the most die-hard fans know all too well, that style of play is far from foolproof. How many times have we watched our potent offense get shut down in the playoffs by an elite pitcher who's on his game? How many times has the live by the homer approach turned into the die by the fly ball in a clutch moment? That's been the Achilles heel of this team. When the home runs dry up, sometimes our entire offense seems to grind to a halt. And that is exactly where Jose Caballero's value becomes exponential. He is the antidote to that long ball dependency. He represents a plan B, C, and D. When opposing pitchers are inducing weak fly balls and grounders, Caballero finds a way to get on base with a walk. When the other team's defense is playing deep, expecting a ball in the seats, he drops a bunt or slaps a liner and uses his speed. He gives us the ability to manufacture runs, to play the small ball that is so damn vital in low-scoring, high-pressure games. He doesn't make the Yankees a more powerful team in the literal sense. He makes the Yankees' power more effective. He improves the conditions that allow our greatest strength, our slug, to carry more weight and come through in the clutch. Think about a playoff series against a team like the Astros or the Orioles. The games are going to be tight. Every run will be earned. One defensive mistake could cost you the series. One failure to move a runner over could be the difference between going home and heading to the World Series. Caballero is the player built for those moments. His elite defense ensures we won't be the team making that fatal error. His patient at-bats and game-breaking speed ensure we can create pressure and score runs even when the big bats are quiet. He is the piece that completes the puzzle. He adds a layer of toughness and baseball IQ that, frankly, we've been missing in some recent playoff runs. He's the embodiment of the idea that to win a championship, you need to be able to win in multiple ways. With him on the roster, we're not just the Bronx Bombers anymore. We're a complete baseball team, capable of winning with power, with speed, with defense, and with smarts. And now I want to hear from you, the Yanks Nation. I want to hear from the real bleacher creatures. Do you agree with my take? Do you see Jose Caballero as this secret weapon, this guy who can be a real game changer for us in October? Or do you think I'm overhyping the impact of a role player? Drop your comments below. Let's debate, let's argue, because our passion for this team is what brings us together. What's your take on the Yankees' strategy down the stretch? Are we on the right path for title number 28? I want to hear it all. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate this kind of deep dive analysis and want to stay ahead of the curve with exclusive insights on our New York Yankees, do yourself a favor. Smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You're not gonna want to miss a thing as we make our march toward another championship. I'll see you in the next video.